Veteran journalist and one-time New Republic editor Michael Kinsley has a new gig in the New York Times, a weekly column in the Sunday Review called Something Nice, as in, tell us something nice about Donald Trump. It's no secret that the news media, in general, holds Donald Trump in low regard.
You legitimately won the presidency. Now get to work and stop whining about it.
Now, New York Times columnist Michael Kinsley says it's time to find the positive in the president. So he's creating a new Sunday feature to present things the president has said or done that are praiseworthy. So he's looking for you to, well, you know.
Tell me something good.
For starters, Kinsley praises Trump for his use of Twitter. Thanks to Real Donald Trump, the average citizen now has a straight view into the president's id. But is that nice? Aren't we looking for, you know?
Tell me something good.
Last week, Kinsley praised Trump for not going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Still, not exactly earth-shaking policy. I mean, come on.
Tell me something good.
Meanwhile, readers aren't saying too many nice things about Michael Kinsley. Newsweek asked the paper, what is the purpose of the column, beyond the novelty of a left-leaning paper stumbling over itself to deliver tepid praise to a Republican president? The response, this feature is media criticism and satire. Regardless, Newsweek's Zach Schoenfeld is starting a shtick of his own. Say something nice about Michael Kinsley. As in, you know.
Tell me something good.
Michael Kinsley is no doubt looking for some positive feedback to this harebrained scheme. First of all, if this is genuinely satire, I don't get it. Why would you be saying something nice about Donald Trump tweeting, which I actually have to agree with him. I'm glad he is, because it really does give you insight into him, or not going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I think he's looking for the general public to come up with things that have to do with policy, things that he said that are genuinely a good idea. I mean, but my real sense is that Michael Kinsley knows that he's not going to find anything, which is really what this is about.
Well, if that's true, I thought you said it was supposed to be satire. He's
I
calling
didn't get
it
it.
satire.
No, he didn't call it satire until the Newsweek guy called the paper and a spokesperson said it was satire.
I hope it's clear I'm perhaps not President Trump's biggest fan alive, but the place for positive commentary on his performance as president is not in some snarky once-a-week column. It's in the everyday news coverage. If he wins a concession on trade that benefits American workers, if he tweaks our foreign policy so we actually stand up against atrocity, for instance, those deserve some positive coverage. So let's do that and not be all snarky about it. By the way, bonus points to anyone here who can name Chaka Khan's backup band in that clip. Anybody?
I can.
Well, they're not telling you in your ear, are you?
No, but
Go ahead.
I did the piece.
Yeah.
Rufus.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Very good, Emma.
Well, you know, satire in a daily newspaper is never rewarded. People never get it, even when it's good satire. This isn't hard-edged enough to really stand out as satire. It sounds like a very lame attempt to do exactly what Kinsley says he's doing, which is to say something nice about Trump. It doesn't work. It's neither informative nor funny. Nor entertaining. And
I thought it was sincere when I first saw it. But then when I saw the response that Newsweek got, they said, oh, it's satire. It is? Well, then.
But I don't see it as satire.
No.
And if it's really trying to say something sincerely nice about President Trump, it's backhanded. Like, well, we'll say something nice. He's not going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and the dinner's a joke anyway. Well, how is that satire or saying something nice about him? It isn't.
Yeah. Well, it's not, because it never was. And they only said that in response to Newsweek after somebody called out and said, this is dumb. Then they said, oh, well, let me elevate it for you. It's satire
yeah,
and
exactly.
media criticism. No, this is media criticism. Whatever that is, it's ridiculous. So I think it's part and parcel of the New York Times trying to figure out a way to appeal to certain other readers, or because they also have Brent Stevens in place, and they've gotten a lot of flack for this new columnist who's come out of the box very differently from their other columnists. Now, this is a guy who does have some credentials. He can write about this. He can offer his opinion. So it's not quite the same comparison, but I think maybe Michael Kingsley's thing, and now Brent is a part of a whole thing of their saying, we're not just in one bubble, we're offering you, more of across the spectrum. So I would just like to finish by saying the song that came to mind for me is from The Wiz, Don't Nobody Bring Me No Bad News.
I just can't believe that this was intended as satire. It's all backhanded. I think you're right about that, Dan. If I was trying to come up with saying something nice, they would all be, well, he helped Stephen Colbert's ratings have gone up.
Yeah,
so
that's
been one part. He's made most reporters feel really, really good about the profession that they've gone into. That's the kind of thing that you would say, well, there's a positive that's come out of. But this, I can't believe, was something that Michael Kinsley was coming up with.
And it sounded like something Trump would say that would make you wince. Oh, they never say nice things about me. Why can't you say something nice? Yeah. I've heard him say that to reporters at press conferences. Not a good choice by the Times.
This Sunday's version should really
It's not going to last.
It's not going to last. That's what I say. It's not going to last either.